April 1st, 11:05 a.m. April 4, that particular number, the base of the pyramid, four corners, 490-degree right angles, a square is 360 degrees, a cube is 360 degrees, sphere. Understanding the digits and the numbers and being melanin man and biological living light, I'm here working on changing a philosophy, a particular way of thinking. For the past 400 years, we've been miseducated by a calcified pineal gland value structure. And so now I, as melanin man, Amistad, Morgan Freeman, I don't speak that. Well, I've learned to speak that. And understanding what it means to be biological living light. And so with a new philosophy, so what prompted this is this nonsense here. We're talking about it's 2021 and we're living during COVID virus 19. And quote unquote, the news media is saying 550 whatever have transitioned from COVID-19. And so as a conspiracy theorist, understanding the way the calcified pineal gland man understands himself, once they control the media, they can control the content and the philosophy or the way of people thinking. And what I'm sharing as melanin man, biological living light, what you think matters. So you have the mindset or power over anything in the environment if you allow yourself to access that potential within who you are. But I am being beat up, my ass kicked left, right, and center. You need money. You need money. You got bills to pay. You're not being responsible. And you take medication. Well, I'm changing the philosophy and the mindset. And in the meantime, I have to cope and deal with the aspect of a calcified pineal gland value structure. I have to use these implementations. I'm playing a chess game. Spiritually, intellectually, emotionally, and physically. And it's not being perceived. 4 minutes into the segment, the number 4, what am I talking about constantly? Why did the ancestors build Chichen Itza? We're talking about one step at a time to get to the first square. Then eventually there's a cube at the top. The cube represents a 360-degree sphere or the cube closes up into, no, actually the cube opens up into a crucifix. So was there a Christ? Is there a need for a God? Or is that just to keep you preoccupied and distracted so that you don't see the divinity that resides within yourself? Oh, I'm changing a way of thinking. Is there something wrong with that? I'm dotting my I's, I'm crossing my T's. Why were the letters drawn the particular way? What does a 1 mean? Is there a bottom, middle, and top to that 1? That's just a fragment of the universe. And you are 1. But do you see yourself as 1? Are you understanding the yin and yang, the substantial and the insubstantial? 6 minutes in. 6, oh, the full sphere at the bottom of the stem. Have you understood the 6 pallbearers, 6 feet under, in understanding death during COVID-19? And are you capable of overcoming death by becoming a 7? Oh, the right angle at the top of the stem. Understanding, oh, after 7 is 8. That's a DNA symbol. Look at your emojis. Are all your connections of your substantial and insubstantial DNA connected? I am only biological living light, sharing some sunshine as the sun went down and I'm in a little bit better light. But I'm just sharing on April Fool's Day, the 4th month, the first day of the month, who I am as biological living light. I'm learning to overcome the DNA nonsense and learn to become light as a feather in my life. The symbols, the signs, the information, it's there. But is anybody compiling it? Is it being put together? Who is thinking outside of the box? Do human beings have more potential than originally stated? Fuck that, I ain't no divine. You can kiss my behind. Are we, as biological living light, individuals, children of the sun, gonna operate outside the parameters that have been set for the minorities? Oh yes, you're a minority. No, anybody I copulate with will be a melanin dominant child. Is that a fear? Is that why there is Kendall Square biogenetics technology working on, oh, and then they're gonna blame the Asians for COVID-19 because they were, what movie did I just see about transporting stems of vials of DNA from this country to that country? Is that shit going on? Are we stuck in the physical arena? Is that the full parameters of a minority? Black people. Yeah, you're only, you built the pyramid, but we're not going to give you credit for that. We're going to say the Egyptians, they weren't melanin dominant. No, they look more like Clark Gable. And this is who I am, is 10 minutes into the segment. A thinking black man in the intellectual arena, Harvard, MIT, and are we just going to stay stuck in the physical and not reach the full potential of our intellectual intellect? Oh, wait a minute. You have to connect all of your innards at the neck. I don't know, something stupid. But intellectually astute. So, in dealing with the philosophies, 11 minutes in, that parallel line, that one and that one, 4-1-2021, I'm understanding myself on the denotative, the connotative, and the absolute abstract levels with light energy, balancing energy, logical energy, spiritual energy, divine energy. How do you make a decision? How do you know what's right? How do you know what's wrong? I'm sharing the answers are within us. Every child that came out of the womb. Now, is there a father in nature sharing this type of knowledge and information? Every child born is divine. And it all begins in the mind. How do I replant or reboot? That's what set me off on this. We have to be spiritually, I had to reboot my tablet because it wasn't getting Wi-Fi. And I'm like, let me use that. I'm spiritually rebooting, intellectually astute, those that see that they are inwardly divided, but desire to wish to be an undivided individual. And once you reach that deep into your stillness, you can reach your divinity and see the creativity that resides within you. You don't need to be accepted, approved by outside external forces. You have to approve of you. 14 minutes into the segment, I'm not going over into 15 minutes because they only get this nigga teaching this kind of shit. 14 minutes on a YouTube channel. So, I'm going to wrap up, but tap into your stillness and continue to watch more shows, and I'll share more consciousness about you being a divine energy. But it all begins in your own head, in your own thought process. Talk to you, bye.